Welcome to Knowledgist, August 2022, Banking and Finance. We will be covering all the important MCQs of for the month of August 2022 in respect to the developments in the banking industry, banking, finance, economy, business, etc. Which is going to be very important for all your upcoming exams, including RRB Scale 2, Scale 3, RRB PO, internal promotion exams of various banks, etc. So, without wasting further minute, I must urge all the newcomers here just to subscribe to your favorite channel, Knowledgist. We are India's only dedicated platform for banking lateral entry. So, without wasting time, please subscribe and let's start. Let's begin. You can join our dedicated Telegram group. Links are provided in description. Yes, we are different, so are our courses. So, for the last minute, people appearing for RRB Scale 2, Scale 3, the Banking Financial Awareness course is redesigned. Everything, including test series, RBI Circular Gist 1 year PDF, monthly banking 8 months PDF, top MCQ 300 notes, top banking notes, classes are provided. Coupon last minute is there, you can use it. So, the first point which we are going to discuss for the month of August 2022 is the FPI's outflow from Indian private lenders. Okay, so welcome everyone who have joined us lately. Welcome. Uh, thank you. There is a very good comment we received from aspirants guide. Knowledgist is best and different for other. That's why maximum selections here. Thank you. So let me also tell you that this class is going to be in simple English. Our Hindi classes being taken care of by our educated mentor Praveen sir. So thank you. Please cooperate with me wherever necessary. Please tell me. I will also be speaking in Hindi. But as we have other mentors for other languages, so please be with us in simple English in this class. And at the end, we will have the MCQs. There is no need to feel the difficulty level in English. Okay. So yes, first point for the month of August. FPIs cut stake in private banks. Okay, the great FPI outflows from October 2021 to June 2022, there was a great FPI outflow. The foreign portfolio investors were quitting Indian security market, Indian market. So that's why the price or the share prices of various stocks, including HDFC, ICICI, were getting down. And you also should note that post June 2022 there is also again these FPIs are started investing in these private lenders. For that matter, ICICI is at all time high. Other Axis and IndusInd banks, their shares are doing quite well in share market because again FPIs found confidence in Indian market. So yes, the data suggests that in the month of October, since the month of October 2021, there was a sharp decline in foreign institutional holding across major private sector lenders. FPI's stake in HDFC Bank fell by 7 percentage year on year to 32.31 percentage as of June 2022. Outflow is also seen in as similar banks like ICICI. There, the FPI investment was downgraded to 43.54 percentage, which was lower than the same quarter previous year, that is 48.01. And this realignment or the FPI outflow is not due to any weakness in Indian private lenders. It is due to their realignment. And I have shared you the news in last week. If you have seen the market falling for this, for the FDI governor's comment, then soon after the Indian market started doing well only because the FPIs are started reinvesting in Indian market. Okay, so that's a great bit of news for all of you. Okay, next. This is the complete literature of these FPIs caught stake in private banks. What are the details? Once you get the PDF, you can find it out. We will be giving you the outline of the issue. Okay. Next, Bank of Baroda to divest 12.5% stake in its insurance arm called India First. Bank of Baroda's board accorded an approval for disinvestment of a part of its shareholding in its subsidiary India First Life Insurance Company Limited. For your exam point of view, things related to disinvestment, merger, acquisition are important. So that's why we have featured this bit of news for you. So you must be knowing that Bob has disinvested or divested 12.5% stake in India First. So India First is an insurance company. Okay, the public sector bank plans to divest up to 12.5 percentage in IFLIC's current paid up share through an offer for sale in an initial public offer of the insurer or any other mode permissible under applicable law and subject to market conditions and statutory approval. So you may be knowing that when there is an IPO is being offered or being issued, the promoters sell their stake. So Bob, maybe when the India First IPO will be launched, at that time, through an offer for sale, offer for sale, through an OFS, they may cut down their stake. Clear? The Carmel Point Investment India Private Limited owned private equity funds managed by Warburg Pincus LLC owns 35% stake in IFLIC. Okay, LLC, Limited Liability Company. Okay, so then comes the ECB relaxation. We in last month, July 2022, read about some relaxation in external commercial borrowing. So here are some more relaxation given by Reserve Bank of India. The same relaxation will now be given to the companies where they are having the invest grade, local invest grade. Companies rated investment grade locally can make use of the central bank's relaxed rules on external commercial borrowing. The special dispensation will expand the universe of local borrowers seeking to tap the global money hubs for funds. The balanced all-in cost ceiling shall be available only to the eligible borrowers of investment grade rating from the Indian credit rating agencies CRAs. So whatever relaxation the external commercial borrowers were getting in India, those who were having external ratings, now the same will be applicable to the borrowers having a credit rating done locally or credit rating by an Indian agency. So what is external commercial borrowing? An external commercial borrowing is an instrument used in India to facilitate Indian companies to raise money outside the country in foreign currency. So ECB is when an Indian borrower, Indian entity, Indian company wants to raise money, wants to borrow from external sources in external currency. It is called external commercial borrowing, ECB. The government of India, why ECB is required? Why don't a company get loans in India? Why they will go outside to get external commercial borrowing? Because the money from external sources are generally for longer period of time and they are cheap from the Indian market. India is being an emerging market, the interest rates are high. You always should note that the interest rates of emerging markets, developing countries, are always higher than the developed nations. So that's why many Indian borrowers, many Indian corporates, many Indian entrepreneurs seek to raise money from external sources. These sources could be loans, could be bonds, etc. And these are generally longer period of time, having maturity more than 3 years. Clear? Yes. Very good aspirant grade. It is increased to 1.5 lakh uh, billion dollar. Yes. So there are two types of routes for getting an ECB, एक्सटर्नल कमर्शियल बोरोइंग लेने के लिए आपके पास दो ही तरह के रास्ते होते हैं. एक को बोलते हैं ऑटोमेटिक रूट, दूसरे को बोलते हैं अप्रूवल रूट. यू कैन रेज मनी through two means in ECB, external commercial borrowings. That is automatic route. Automatic route, you don't need RBI's prior approval to get an external commercial borrowing. You can go to any category one bank, any big bank, those who are having the authorized dealer category 1 permission. You can go to them, you seek their approval. That particular bank gives you approval to raise money from abroad. Whereas in approval route, you take prior permission of Reserve Bank of India to raise money, and that too through the ED category 1 bank. So in both the cases, the ED 1 bank plays a vital role to get you an ECB or external commercial borrowing. Is it clear to all of you? Is it clear to all of you now? So there are two routes: automatic route, approval route. In any case, you go as an entity, you first go to your bank. That bank must be an authorized dealer category 1 bank. If it is under the permissible limits, then no approval required. This AD1 bank gives you the approval. But in case it is beyond that, you go to the approval route. Case to case basis, Reserve Bank of India gives you the permission. Clear? And there are few points of external commercial borrowing restriction. Money raised through ECBs cannot be invested in share markets. Money raised through ECBs cannot be invested in share markets. Very good question, Prasad, from our last slide. What is LRN? Just see the second point over here. Royals. You cannot, even if you are given a loan, allowed to take a loan from external commercial sources, you still cannot withdraw money from that loan account because you need an LRN from RBI, which is called loan registration number. Loan registration number. I think, Prasant, I have answered to your query. This is loan registration number. Okay. So without LRN, you cannot withdraw money from your external commercial borrowing account. So the tenor average maturity shall be 5 years in the case of ECBs raised from foreign equity holders for working capital purposes. Okay. And what was the relaxation we are speaking about for which the locally graded investment graded entities are allowed? That is the ECBs for a temporary period up to 31st December 2022. The borrowing limit under the automatic route was being increased from $750 million to $1.5 billion. Okay. Now in approval in automatic route, up to 1.5 billion can be raised. Beyond that, it will be directed to Reserve Bank of India. Clear? Clear? Is it clear to this point of time? In case any doubt, please ping us. We will be covering slowly in two parts this particular question, this particular month banking incidents, because it is a very important month for your exam point of view. Yes, here are the course link, uh, exclusive banking and finance course for the RRB and other exams in near future. So don't hesitate to join us. Join our Telegram outrightly. Okay. SEBI differs the new MF norm. The new mutual fund norm is now deferred. It is deferred till 1st of October. Capital market regulator SEBI has deferred the implementation of the new rules of nomination for mutual fund investors till 1st of October 2021. The new rules pertain to providing an option for mutual fund investors to submit details of nomination or opt out. Opt out of it was to come into force in 1st of August. It was till July 31st. In 1st of August, the new rule was to be implemented. Based on the representation received from AMFI, what is AMFI? Is AMFI the mutual fund regulator? What is the full form of AMFI? Is AMFI the mutual fund regulator? Big question. Yeah. Deadline is 31st December 2022, Arun Kumar, for the case of ECBs. Yes, AMFI is not the regulators. Then what is full form of AMFI? What is the work of AMFI? AMFI is an association. AMFI is just an association. Like FIMDA, etc. It is just an association. Full form, please. SEBI is the regulator. Very good, Prasad. Very good. Akash Take will be waiting for the interview dates, and once interview dates are announced, we'll have the mock interviews with our panelist. Okay, So, based on the representation received from MP, it has been decided that investors subscribing to mutual fund units after October 1st will have the choice to submit their nomination form or the declaration of opting out of the nomination in physical or online as per the choice of the unit holder. So, now either you should have a nomination or not, it should be the choice of the investor. Clear? On the demand of various investors, now nomination in MFs are not mandatory. You can either select a nominee or you can opt out, and you can simply say that I don't have nominees. In the case of physical option, the form will carry the weight signature of all the unit holders. In case of online option, instead of weight signature of all the unit holders, AMC shall validate the form using the e-sign. So here is the SEBI, founded in 1992. Current chairperson is Madhavi Puri Buch. She is recently recruited. So it could be your MCQ question for IBPS RRB. Yes. So now CCI approves the merger of HDFC with HDFC Bank. You know that it was announced lately. It was announced 3 4 months back. Since then, the HDFC Bank share price were down due to the confusion over the valuation point of view. But now it got CCI node, the Competition Commission of India's node for a merger. Okay. So commission approves the proposed combination involving amalgamation of HDFC Limited, HDFC Bank, HDFC Investment and HDFC Holding. Once completed, the amalgamation will create India's biggest financial behemoth by market capitalization. The merger is expected to be completed by the second of third quarter of FY24. The Competition Commission of India is the chief national competition regulator in India. CCI is also a regulator. It gives node for any conflict of interest arising due to a merger, acquisition, etc. It is a statutory body within the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and is responsible for enforcing the Competition Act 2002 in order to promote competition and prevent activities that have an appreciable adverse effect on competitions in India. The CCI looks into cases and investigate it if the same has a negative impact on competitive spirits of various corporates. CCI also approves the combination under the act so that two merging entities do not overtake the market. Clear? So CCI is a regulator. It deals with which act? Competition Act 2002. Remember, sometimes these are asked in professional banking segment. The commission was established in 14th of October 2003. It became fully functional in May 2009. The current chairman of CCI is Ashok Kumar Gupta, who was appointed in this role in 2018. Clear? uh, Whatever point we will find out, we will cover every bit of it. Okay. The Reserve Bank of India asked regulated entities to ensure that the recovery agents employed by them don't call the borrower before 8 a.m. and after 7 p.m. Same we covered in RBI circular gist class. Okay, so these are the directives after there are so many lapses being observed in social media by the finance companies when it comes to the recovery process of these entities. So now there are these set of rules were there, but they got bit stricter this time. RBI is very keen on the policy of not harassing people in the name of collection, in the name of NPA collection or NPA recovery. So now your agents or your bank officials should not call up before 8 a.m. or after 7 p.m. It's a separate matter that bank officials keep on getting calls in Saturday, Sundays, and even at late night by their officials, but that is not yet addressed. Okay, harassment done by bosses or done by super officials are not yet illegal as per the Indian Penal Code. So soon it should be soon legalized. Okay. Yes. Yeah. So next point. The government renominates Marathe and other on RBI Central Board. So who is Marathe? This Central government has renominated Satish Kasinath Marathe, Swaminathan Gurimurthy, the RSS ideologue, Revati Iyer, and Sachin Chaturvedi as part-time non-official director on the Central Board of Reserve Bank of India for a further period of 4 years. Remember, the recruitment, appointment, nomination, etc. done to the Reserve Bank of India Central Board should not exceed more than 4 years. They could be reappointed after a period of 4 years. The reappointment of Marathe and Gurumurthy is with effect from 11th of August. Uh, they were earlier in the board, they were just reinstated to the board. Currently, there are 13 directors on the Central Board of Reserve Bank of India, including Governor Shaktikant Das. Okay, Central Board. What is Central Board? Central Board, the Reserve Banks looks into the Reserve Bank's affairs, and governed by the Central Board of Directors. The RBI's day-to-day activities, various affairs are looked upon by the Central Board. The board is appointed by GOI, keeping the RBI Act into mind. Okay, so yes, this is the construction of Reserve Bank of India's Central Board. Please look into it. This is the construction of India's India's Apex Bank's Central Board. How many members? 21 members. Currently, 13 people are on board. When we say 13, last time when Praveen sir took a class saying that there are currently 13 members in RBI Central Board, many people complained us saying that it was wrong. There are 21. There are 21 posts. 13 is currently filled. Okay, rest 8 are vacant. Please understand. Don't confuse. Don't confuse. Currently, 13 posts are filled, but in Reserve Bank of India Central Board, there are 21 members. Numbers are on your screen. Official directors 5, non-official directors 16. Official directors are the ex officio members of Reserve Bank of India. For the virtue of being in office, they are appointed as the official directors. Who are they? They are the full-time members. Governor and 4 deputy governors. That means not more than 4 deputy governors means the number of deputy governors will not exceed 4. So up to 5 members could be. Sometimes the post of deputy governors are vacant. So up to 5 member from Reserve Bank of India are called the full-time members because there is no 4 year period attached to them, and they are also the official directors. And the chairperson of the central board is the Reserve Bank of India governor, or the by virtue of being in office he is ex officio chairperson, or the by virtue of being in office he is called the governor. Okay, he is being called the chairperson of the central board. Okay, now there are 13 seats filled. So non-official directors, they are appointed or nominated for a period of 4 years. The total posts are 16. Nominated by government. 12% are nominated by government. 10 from various field and 2 government officials. These 12 people are nominated by government, and others in others 4 directors from 4 local boards of Reserve Bank of India, that is Delhi, Chennai, Kolkata, and Mumbai, are nominated for 4 years to the central board. So this is essentially the entire construction of Reserve Bank of India's central board. Hope you are getting it. Hope you are getting it. Okay. Yes. Okay. So now RBI issues digital lending norms to curb malpractices. So to restrict these digital lenders do fraud, RBI has issued certain set of guidelines. And what are these guidelines? The regulatory framework focused on the digital lending ecosystem comprising RBI regulated entities and lending service providers engaged by them to extend various permissible credit facilities. Okay, so you know that in recent days, due to the fintech boom, so many entities with little expertise in financial sector are launching applications for digital lending. P2P lending, that is peer to peer lending, without any intermediary, person to person lending is taking place. So to regulate all that, Reserve Bank of India has launched a certain framework. All loan dispersal and repayment are required to be executed only between the bank accounts of the borrower and the reporting entity, without any pass through or pool account of LSP or any third party. Today morning we have also released a notification stating that these digital lenders cannot restore the phone number of the borrowers. Okay, so there are, okay, Reserve Bank of India is strict on this fintech boom into lending institutions or lending sector, because lending is a very technical thing. We recruit credit managers, there are so many things to look into. So if this boom continues, then in no days there will be a layman brother like situation will take place in India. Okay, people will be filled with loans and they will not have the repayment capabilities. So that will destroy the entire framework of banking. So that's why they are strict on these lending platforms. RBI said any fee charges payable to the lending service providers in the credit intermediation process shall be paid directly by the reporting entities. The all inclusive cost of digital loans in the form of annual percentage rate is required to be disclosed to the borrowers, and APR should also form the part of KFS, key facts statement. Okay, the framework prohibits automatic increase in credit limit without any explicit consent from the borrower. You have seen, you have taken a loan or you have taken a credit card, your credit limits are being increased without intimating you. So these practices are need to be stopped. It prescribes a cooling off or a lookup period during which the borrower can exit the digital loans by paying the principal and the proportionate APR without any penalty, which shall be provided as part of the loan contract. In case it is found mis-selling from the part of the lender, the borrower can be given a lookup period. Like in the case of insurances, there are 45 days lookup period. So within that period you can repay the loan without any penalty. Okay, so these are the new norms, please look into it. Mm. Yeah, governor 5 years. Saurabh, right, you are right, 3 plus 2. RBI issues digital lending norms to curb malpractices. The same thing is continuing. The RBI's framework seeks to address concerns primarily related to unbridled engagement of third parties, mis-selling, breach of data privacy, unfair business conduct, charging exorbitant rate of interest, etc. Okay. So now Muthoot Finance bags the Dun and Bradstreet Award. I think in a exam way back in 2015, I guess I appeared that exam. I don't remember which particular set of exam I was appearing at that point of time. There was a question, Yes Bank or some other bank was being given this Don and Bradstreet Award. Which bank? The question was, which among these following Indian bank has recently received the Don and Bradstreet Award? So it could be a question. I have seen this way back 6 7 years back. So it could be a question for your next exam. So Muthoot Finance, well, generally questions related to private entities and BFCs not asked in that manner, but these kind of award related questions could be seen in your upcoming exam. Okay, the Dun and Bradstreet's 22nd edition of India's Top 500 Companies Corporate Award. The Top 500 list from Dun and Bradstreet, a global provider of business decisioning data and analytics, recognizes the private and public sector enterprises across 60 sectors based on their income, net profit, net worth, and their financial parameters. The theme of this year was ESG, the only way for sustainable and responsible growth. ESG means environmental, social, and governance issues. Clear? So RBI cancelled the license of Deccan Cooperative Banks. I have told you what not to read section, that things that are in quick variables are never being asked in your exams. And nowadays, these cancellation of various cooperative banks are in huge numbers. So that's why we find it quick variable, part of quick variables. So they may not ask you, but still you just look into the point of the cancellation of the license of Deccan Urban Cooperative Bank. Okay, as per the data submitted by the bank, more than 99% of the depositors are entitled to receive the full amount of their deposit through DICGC scheme. What is DICGC scheme? So now the thing is that in into such things, the static part is important. The static part related to it is very important. So what is the DICGC could be a question. What is the new limit of DICGC? It was changed from 1 lakh to 5 lakh. This is the limit because nowadays DICGC is instrumental for restoring the customers' confidence on banking sector. After PMC bank failure, there are so many banks are failing nowadays. Clear? Yes. Next. FSIB recommends Mohammad Mustafa for NABARD's chairman post. We discussed about FSIB. FSIB is recently constituted. It replaced the Bank Board Bureau, which was on a Supreme Court order, which was disbanded. So now, instead of Bank Board Bureau, the new bureau is FSIB. Can anyone tell me what is the full form of FSIB? We discussed in last month. Oh, it is mentioned over here. Okay, sorry. The Financial Services Institutions Bureau, which recommends the appointment of various heads to public sector entities, public sector financial institutions. Okay, Muhammad Mustafa, he has been recommended for the chairman post by FSIB. The appointments committee of the cabinet, headed by the Prime Minister Modi, will take final decision on the recommendation of FSIB. Okay, prior to this, Mr. Mustafa was a joint secretary to the Department of Financial Services. Clear? Yeah. So Rajasthan accounted highest share in the cost of projects sanctioned by banks in fiscal year 2022. The RBI's article reveals the Rajasthan was the biggest beneficiary of various schemes of various banks. Rajasthan accounted for the highest share of total cost of project sanctioned by banks in the financial year 21-22. Rajasthan was followed by UP and Gujarat. SBI sells its exposure in KSK Mahanadi and Aditya Birla ARC for 1,622 crore. Okay, SBI sold its exposure in KSK Mahanadi Power Company Limited to Aditya Birla ARC Limited for 1,622 crore on 100% cash basis. India's largest bank had fund-based exposure to it, so it was essentially an NPA and asset being transferred to a asset reconstruction company. So it is nothing but a NPA restructuring. Okay. And yes, NPA restructuring questions are being asked because these are very important point of view, very important in the in economics prospects of the nation. Okay, Unicard suspends services days after RBI tightens digital lending norms. After digital lending norms being tightened, Unicard has now suspended its operation. See, feel the heat. They felt the heat from Reserve Bank of India amid uncertainty surrounding the regulator's stand on digital lending via prepaid cards and pushback from its banking partner. Unicard has deactivated its existing card services. Unicard offered credit lines up to rupees 6 lakh crore to customers between the age of 21 to 60 years. RBI imposes restriction on to Todupuza Urban Cooperative Bank for 6 months. Okay. Bajaj Finance now ready to enter its credit card business. The things that are not that important, I will not go into detail. You can check it once you get the MCQs in your group or in your application. India's home loan market expected to double 48 lakh crore in 5 years. The SBI's business analysis report says that the India's home loan market is booming post COVID. So after COVID, many people are looking to buy or own a house. So that sentiment drives the home loan market in India, and SBI is reporting that this market could double to 48 lakh crore in 5 years. Even if you look into the density and per capita income of India and the land rates, Indian land rates are highest in the entire world. Even buying a home in USA is less costly than India. I'm not telling about people of Indian origin buying home in USA. The USA citizens buying in USA, looking into their per capita income and their per acre land rate, if you compare it to India, it is very, very, very high. So India's real estate sector is already a hype. Market is in is what you say. Market is now having a very boom stage. Okay, and see, still then there is State Bank of India is predicting it to get double. Clear, SBI opened a branch for startups in Bengaluru, a dedicated branch for startups now being launched by State Bank of India. The branch would provide access to the banking facilities, funding, and credit facilities of rupees 2 crore in collateral free financial assistance. So, for the startup entrepreneurs. So, it is a startup only branch launched by Reserve Bank of India in Bengaluru. Clear? Paytm ties up with Piramal Finance to offer loan in small cities and towns. 197 Communication, or the parent company of Paytm, has tied up with the Piramal Group, Piramal Finance, to fund loans in small cities. And this loan is to be offered to the merchant or in the name of merchant loans up to rupees 10 lakh with a tenor of 6 to 24 months. HDFC Bank opened first all-women branch in North Kerala, and the current CEO of HDFC Bank is Sasidhar Jagdishan. Bank of Maharashtra, the numero uno in terms of performance among public sector lenders, consistently from last 2 years, Bank of Maharashtra is doing fairly well than its peers. And they were even pioneered, or they were even doing highest disbursement in the segment of MSME. And since they were rolled out from the removed out of the PCA framework, they were doing fairly well. So many congratulations to all my students, those who joined BOM in last two batches. We have produced a huge number of students, those who joined BOM in scale 2, scale 3 consecutively in 2 years. So kudos to them all. A Pune headquartered lender, because if your bank does well, the PLI, the performance linked incentive, goes up. Yes. So yes, then the Yes Bank invest in startup incubator venture catalyst. Karnataka Bank launches term deposit scheme called KBL Amrit Samriddhi, as there are private sector entities. We are not going deep into it. Central Bank of India is likely to exit the RBI PCA framework soon. PCA framework, you know that new PCA framework. I have taken a class. It is available in YouTube. Search PCA framework Knowledgist. You will find all the details. Then they have there is a new PCA framework, and so many banks are now out of PCA framework. Only the Central Bank of India is currently there. The last two banks removed from PCA framework is the Indian Overseas Bank and IOB. Okay. So HDFC Bank raises $300 million in NRE deposit, non-resident NRE. Can anyone tell me the full form of NRE? सौरभ सिंह, लास्ट ईयर क्वेश्चन आया था, मेरा गलत हो गया था. यस. Okay, so look into the PCA framework deeply. Last year PCA was very important because at that point of time the new PCA framework was released. Now it is of 1 year past, so the chance is very less that they will be asking a question related to the new PCA framework. But still, you cannot take a risk. Yes, non-resident external accounts. Okay. IndusInd Bank opens two digital banking units for instant services. Castellier partners with Yes Bank for digital escrow services. Global escrow banking solution provider Castler has partnered with Yes Bank to offer digital escrow services for the bank's customer. It has happened for the first time, so it is important. The company said the tie up will further strengthen the digital leadership position. What is escrow? My account in your bank is called escrow. Okay. Yes Bank partners with Seller app to facilitate adoption of ONDC. HDFC Bank inks pact with Trades platform M1 Exchange. Trades, what is the full form of Trades? It is Trade Receivables Discounting System, Trades platform. So it is important because it is related to MSME and business. So the trade receivable discounting platform called M1 Exchange has tied up with HDFC Bank with an aim to provide more liquidity to small business at competitive interest rates. HDFC Bank has partnered with M1 Exchange, promoted by Mind Solutions Private Limited. Trade system is regulated by RBI, enables MSMEs to launch auction their trade receivables online and borrow funds from the financial institutions which offers loan at the lowest rate of interest. So let me tell you how the trade system work. What is trades? Trade receivables discounting system. For MSME or other entities related to MSMEs or business entities, entrepreneurs, those who do business, they buy or sell things in credit. Like as a MSME, my customer has bought a good from me and he has told me after 3 months he will pay me. The receivable or the bill is with me, but that bill will be payable to me after 3 months, right? So today is the month, today we September 3rd, and after 3 months, that means in December 3rd, I will be getting 5 crore from one of my clients. I have issued a bill to my client, that is there. But I need immediate money to sustain because at the end I am an MSME. I don't have excess avenues to raise fund. So I will go to trades platform where I will showcase or I will upload my trade receivable or my bill that in December I am going to get 5 crores. Is there anyone who is ready to give me a loan before that? So there are companies, entities, those who are ready for that. So they will give me or they will discount that trade, or I have a 1 crore payable in 3rd of December. So there are entities, those who are ready to give me a 1 crore loan or a 90 lakh loan at a rate of interest of 5%. So that trade receivables are being sold and being bought and sold in that particular exchange. This is called trades. I think it is clear. Paytm again partners with Samsung stores to deploy smart POS devices. BYD India inks MOU with HDFC Bank for dealer finance. Airtel Africa signs $125 million credit pact with Citibank. So with this, part 1 of August banking theory is over. Part 2, day after tomorrow, we will start the class of part 2. So let's go into the MCQ of part 1. In case you want to uh, get access to the banking and financial awareness dedicated course, and you want to feature in the huge successful students list of Knowledgist, the course link is there in the description. We cover everything, so you find it out. So thank you, and you don't forget to join our dedicated Telegram group. Links are there in the description. First question. RBI asked its regulated entities to ensure that recovery agents employed by them don't call the borrowers before what time and after what time for recovery of overdue loans. Your answers, please. Yes, very good, very good. 8 a.m. and 7 p.m. 8 a.m. and 7 p.m. Okay, 8 a.m. and 7 p.m. Okay, yes. But customers can call the bankers at any time they want. Okay, they even disturb early in the morning, they even disturb late in the night. So that's ridiculous for bankers. FPIs have been sellers in Indian equities between the period October 21 to June 22, pulling over 2.59 lakh crore. Okay, the banking and the financial service sector alone saw the outflow of how many crore, or 43 percentage of the total FPI outflow during the period. So out of the 2.59 lakh crore, how many, or what was the amount that was being loan from Indian private sector lenders? And yes, the right answer is 1.09 lakh crore. Why I have asked you this particular question related to numbers? If you have appeared the question, the exams last year, they essentially asked numbers from the current banking issues. So that's why we are emphasizing this year the numbers. If you just look into the numbers in your subconscious mind, you will have a idea of these numbers. Even if you are not good at remembering numbers, in the exams you can do something. Okay, through elimination or by recalling something, you can appear it. Okay, question on your screens. Bank of Baroda to divest 12.5% stake in which of these following insurance arms? Tata AIA, India Fast, HDFC, Star Health. Yes, last year 10 questions from numbers were asked. Yeah, aspirant guides, thank you for confirming my words. Yes, that's why we are very serious this time about numbers. Yes, 12.5% stake in insurance arm India Fast. Right. Capital market regulator SEBI has deferred the implementation of new rules on nomination for mutual fund investors till which date? November 1, October 1, September 30, December 31st. Quick, I don't want your 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. class to get rescheduled. So please answer fast. We will cover it before 9 p.m. so that your classes at 9 p.m. remain intact. Yes, it is 1st of October. The option B is the right answer. It is related to nomination. What is the norm about nomination? Now the investor post October 1st can either select a nominee or can opt out, can even have no nominee in their investment. CCI approves the merger of HDFC with HDFC Bank. The commission was established on uh, which date? Okay, sorry. The answer was there in the question. Sorry, the commission was established on 14th October 2003. Yes. Government renominates these people Marathe, Gurumurthy, Iyer, and Chaturbedi on RBI Central Board. There are how many directors in the Central Board of RBI, including Governor Shaktikant Das and 4 deputy governors? Currently, how many people are there in the RBI's board? The 4 deputy governor names are given to you. Sometimes they ask you the names of the 4 deputy governors: Mahesh Kumar Jain, M.D. Patra, Michael Devvrat Patra, M. Rajeshwar Rao, and T. Ravi Shankar. Currently, there are 13 members. Thank you. RBI said any fees charges payable to the LSPs, loan service providers, in the credit intermediation process shall be paid directly by the reporting entities and not by the borrower. A standardized key fact statement must be provided to the borrowers before executing the loan contract. What is the full form of LSP? Sorry, I told you the answer. I'm really sorry for that. Sometimes it's a long question, but uh, to cut short, the last line is the, yeah, loan service provider. Which finance company has backed the best growth performance award at Dun and Bradstreet's 22nd edition of India's top 500 companies? Yes, your answers, please. Yes, it is Muthoot Finance. Muthoot Finance. This will recall your theory part. FSIB recommends whose name for NABARD's chairman post? FSIB. By the time you appear the exam, they may ask you if FSIB has recommended the name, whose name as the NABARD chairman, or who is the current NABARD chairman. They may ask you at that point of time because you will be appointed soon. Yeah, Mohammad Mustafa. Mohammad Mustafa. As per RBI article, which state accounted for the highest share in the cost of projects sanctioned by all banks in FY22? It is Rajasthan. It is again Rajasthan. Next question on your screens. SBI has sold its exposure in KSK Mahanadi Power Company Limited to which ARC? The amount is 1622 crore on 100% cash basis. It is to the right answer is option number A, Aditya Birla ARC. Next question. Amid uncertainty surrounding the regulator stand on digital lending via prepaid cards and pushback from its banking partners, which card has deactivated its existing card services? Postpaid, Unicards, Slice, LazyPay. The Unicards has suspended its card services. Next, which finance is planning to roll out its in-house credit cards in next 1 and 2 months? This is Bajaj Finance. Answer is Bajaj Finance. Plans are not asked. As per SBI reports, India's home loan market is expected to double to how many crores in 5 years? It is to 48 lakh crores. Right. Which bank recently opened its branch for startups in Bengaluru? Startup only branch by whom? Startup only branch by whom? Very good. All of you are participating in right manner, in right direction. And there is no need to rectify. You remember all that we studied few minutes back. That's why we discuss both MCQs and theory. Theory is important because they print in your memory. Okay, so that's why I not only refer to the MCQs, we go with the theories. People come with the generally the monthly banking are done through the medium of MCQs, but I prefer theory plus MCQ because the news discussion regarding it could print in mind. You don't need to go through, remember, recognize all these MCQ. Okay, it is SBI startup only branch by SBI. Paytm ties up which finance to offer loans in small cities? Piramal, Bajaj, Reliance, Muthoot. Right answer is with Piramal Finance. Paytm with Piramal. Which PSB has emerged as the top performer among the public sector lenders in the term of loan and deposit growth in percentage terms during the first quarter of 2022 and 23? Union Bank, BOM, BOB, SBI, Bob, BOM, SBI, Union Bank, UBI. Who is the top lender? Public sector lender, Bank of Maharashtra. Okay. Which bank recently launched the term deposit scheme KBL Amrit Samriddhi? Federal Bank, Karnataka Bank, KBB Bank, SBM Bank. KBL means Karnataka Bank Limited. Yes, KBL means Karnataka Bank Limited. The answer is there in the question itself. Which bank recently opened its first all women branch? In Kerala, in North Kerala, there is HDFC Bank. These are not asked. But as it's a all women branch, social responsibility is being targeted, so they may ask you. That's why the answer. Just I need to go through this MCQ. Not remember, go through. Which bank is the only public sector lender under RBI's prompt corrective action framework? We just spoke about it. Last two to remove from PSA PCA is the IOB and UCO. The last one is the Central Bank of India, still in PCA framework, and they are looking to get out of it very soon. Okay. Next question. Which bank recently raised 3 million NRE deposits 50 basis point above the prevailing rate? It is HDFC Bank. Which bank recently launched two digital banking units, one in Punjab and another is Tamil Nadu, to offer various instant, convenient, and flexible banking services? The answer is IndusInd Bank. With that, we come to an end of the very informative session for your exam point of view. So, if you love it, Please give a thumbs up. The PDF will be shared the day after tomorrow as I compile the next part of bankings for the month of August. There are so many incidents happen in month of August, and it is also important for your exam point of view. We'll run slow. We'll take another class to cover it off. I hope all the best for your upcoming exams. In case you are new to the platform, do subscribe and please share it in your internal groups of your bank promotion exams, if you're with your friends preparing for banking lateral entry, etc., to boost our confidence, to give us the uh, give us the kick to uh, make more for you. Thank you again for your love, support, and time. You can join our dedicated banking and financial awareness crash course. The links are there in the description. Do find it out. Thank you again for your love and support. Thank you. Thank you all your kind comments. Thank you again.